Right, so hey everyone and welcome back to another budget photography video. So vlogging, what is it? Well, it's basically documenting a day in the life, if you remember them. Now, is there any point to vlogging here in 2020? Yes, there is still a big, huge market on YouTube for daily vlogging or weekly vlogging or whatever. Now, is it as big as it was in 2016? No, not at all, by a long shot. But if you want to daily vlog, then well, go for it. But you need a few things. You need a camera, for example. Kind of like something I've got right here. This is a Canon 700D with a Rode VideoMic Go on it. It has continuous autofocus, a tilty flippy screen, and an ND filter. Whew. But you don't need all that stuff. You really don't. If you have, whenever I can figure out where I put it, there it is, one of these, a phone with a camera on it that shoots at least 1080p video. That's all you need. That is genuinely all you need to start a vlog. A phone. Why else would you need more? Bearing in mind that most phones nowadays can shoot up to 4K. And in some cases they can even shoot 8K. Although I wouldn't really recommend shooting 8K. The file size is fucking huge in comparison to something like 4K and 1080p, and also the footage that I've seen so far doesn't look nice. Now obviously you are going to get a better looking image from this than you are from a phone, because well, these have dedicated image sensors. So everything just looks nicer. They have a better dynamic range. They have better optics in them. They're just better, really. I'm not trying to dismiss the image quality of a mobile phone, because I use my mobile phone quite a lot, actually. The one thing that I would say, if you are going to be shooting on your mobile phone, I would really suggest getting a microphone for it. Rode have lots of different options available for you to choose from, starting at a really reasonable £50. The one that I'm using right now is £50 from Amazon. It's a Rode VideoMic Go and it's a shotgun mic. I've done a review on it and it is pretty good. It's not the best, but it will get the job done. Something that I would recommend though is something like this. This is the Rode Wireless Go, and what this does is this will clip onto here, kind of like a lapel pin, and then you have another one just here. This goes onto the camera, onto the hot shoe mount like most microphones, and they transmit signals. This one even has a microphone just there, so that it will pick up the signal. And again, I've done a review on the Rode Wireless Go, and it is probably one of the best microphones I've had or ever used, really. Although what I will say, these kind of devices aren't really designed for vlogging and their batteries probably won't last as long, whereas the Rode VideoMic Go hasn't got a battery, so it doesn't need any external power. So when you turn the camera off, you haven't got to worry about the battery dying. And this keeps turning on. There we go. This just kept turning on for some reason, so that can go away. So yes, you can vlog with basically anything, but I wouldn't suggest vlogging with something like this. This is the 5D Mark II and it is heavy as shit. Heavy. Really heavy. Now yes, this can basically vlog and you will have no problems with it, but trying to carry such a heavy, oh god, that sun has just come out, really shining on my face. It's a really heavy setup and it's just going to impede the flow of your day really quite badly, if I'm honest. Really quite badly. You want something really small-ish. Now yes, the Sony A7s you can use for vlogging. There is nothing really that says that you can't. If it shoots video, you can use it. And the good thing about the Sony A7, unlike Canon products, is the fact that they have IBIS, which is in-body stabilization, whereas Canon unfortunately only have stabilized lenses. And stabilization in vlogs is very, very important, because if I pick this up and have a little walk, let's just have a little walk, you can see it's quite stable. Yeah, let's have a little, there we go. And now if I switch the stabilization off, and then we have a little walk, maybe a little run and a little jump as well, just so you can see the difference between having stabilization and not having stabilization. Let's go put this camera back down. So stabilization is key. Most mobile phones will have some form of in-body stabilization, or IBIS, as I just said. Now, when you're vlogging, you will need something to hold the camera. Now, yes, if you want, you can hold the camera like that and point it to your face. But, and the sun's coming out again, it's better to get something like a small tripod, like a Joby Gorilla Pod, although they're a bit temperamental. Something that I would recommend is something that I'm using right now, and I will, let's have a look at that, shall we? So there's my setup, just there. So you've got my ND, microphone, monitor, and then this. This is the Manfrotto mini tripod, or micro tripod. You can pick these up on Amazon for about 20-30 pounds, if that. But at the time that I brought it, they were about 20-30 pounds, and I've had that for a very, very long time. And again, I've done a video on this mini tripod. Go and check it out if you want to. It's a really nice looking tripod, and it does the job really, really well. It uses the same standard screw that's on the bottom of every single camera, really. It's got 3 little legs, it's got a ball head. It's really good. So I can just unlock it, turn you around, and focus you over there. See, it is such a good product. So we've spoken about a lot of different things that we need for vlogging, but one of the most important things after your camera is obviously your lens. This, for an example, is a 24 to 105 L lens. Now, this is a quite expensive lens for some people. Right now, I'm currently using the kit lens, the standard 18 to 55 mm, which roughly translated back to full frame is about 28 mm. So it is 4 mm tighter than this one is. Now, the wider the better, but you don't want to go too wide. Now, if you are going to be shooting with a Canon product, then I would suggest 2 lenses, the 10 to 18 and the 16 to 35 mm. Now, either one is really, really good. I'm saying for them 2 lenses is because the 10 to 18 mm is an EFS and the 16 to 35 is an EF mount. Now, yes, you can use both lenses on a crop censored camera, but you can only use the 10 to 18 on a crop censored, as it is a EFS lens, not an EF mount. So the 2 last things that you need for vlogging is, you would, just as I'm about to get, so the last 2 things that you will need for vlogging is an SD card. Now you're probably thinking, Alex, that's not 2, that's 1. Well, you need batteries. Having your camera on all day is going to drain the batteries. Even right now, I'm looking at about 50%. Now, bearing in mind that I have already shot another video previously earlier on, so that did use up the battery. But using your camera a lot in one day will drain up the batteries. Now, yes, you can go for a first-party branded battery, but they will be expensive. If you don't want to pay out all that money, go on Amazon for about 10, maybe 20 pounds and pick up an unbranded one. This one literally has no branding on the front. I've got about 4 or 5 of these, and the same with my 5D Mark II. Whoops, that door's open. I've got lots of different batteries for that one. Now, SD cards, I hate them as well because they are so small, especially them little buggers, the little micro SD card. Now, what I would suggest is to get the biggest card that you can afford, whether that be 32 gigs, 128 gigs, 256, or again, whatever you can afford. But what I would also like to say as well is the fact that I would personally recommend getting 2 128 gigabyte cards. So that way, if one fails or you fill a card up, then you've got another card. So get 2 cards. So anyway guys, thanks for joining me in this video, and I hope I taught you something about vlogging. I'll see you in the next one.